I am unemployable. I'm literally the worst employee there ever could be. I don't think anyone would ever want to employ me. I haven't had a job for the past 10 years and I don't desire to. Yet I still get to do what I want to do between the hours that I wake up and go to sleep, which is make these YouTube videos, ride my bike, make videos and everything in between, and make a fair decent income doing it from a number of different income streams. So in this one I wanted to talk about how you can also become unemployable if you want and never work again. And it sounds very tongue-in-cheek, I know. I mean, it's supposed to be because they grab your attention, but at the same time I want to give you a bit of a story from me on how I did become unemployable and just talk about some past jobs I've had because they're quite funny and how it's led to me to where I am right now. And so I used to be a joiner. That was like back when I left school, didn't know what I was doing, so thought, I'll get a job in the trade as a woodworker, a joiner. So if my life went tits up, I have a skill or a trade to fall back on to make an income from. That was my mum's very valid piece of information. So spent 2 years in college as an apprentice, earning £100 a week, travelling 2 hours a day to a job I didn't even like, working on a building site with people that never really got me or understood me, and used what money I had left to mountain bike and do whatever. I didn't really have much money after I'd spent it all on fuel and tools. Then after 2 years I moved on from joinery and decided to pursue a career in personal training because love fitness, love being in the gym. So thought, the next logical thing is to train other people to do that. And then did that for another 2 or 3 years, got a bit fed up with that and discovered copywriting. And copywriting was, if you're unaware of what copywriting is, it's basically the art of selling through the written word. You can see copywriting everywhere. It's one of the most valuable communication skills that anybody could learn and should learn. Anyone in business, anyone who likes entrepreneurship definitely needs to learn copywriting. So I learned that, and I learned it in a way that enabled me to get clients. So I used to I learned how to write in a way that my target audience understood me to get clients in my personal training business. And then when I started getting really good at copywriting, I stopped doing personal training altogether and went all in and built a little freelance copywriting business, which just enabled me to work online, travel. It was way more lucrative than anything I'd done in the past, so why the hell not? And did that for like 7 years. And then my life has gone all sorts of twists and turns since then, trying all sorts of different business models. But in those 7 years, I haven't technically been employed by anyone, really. I've never had a contract. I've never had to go to a place of work. I've never had to clock in, clock out, none of that crap. And it's because I think I'm unemployable. When I have somebody trying to tell me what to do, I can't do it. I mean, I can do it, but I very deeply desire not to, and I absolutely hate it. Do not want to do it. Some people are made for this. Some people are not made to be entrepreneurs. They just work best turning up at a job, being told what to do for the day, and then going home and not having to think about anything. That's the life for some people. But it's very restrictive in the fact that you don't have much freedom, you don't have much flexibility, and I believe your income is kind of capped. Versus the opposite of being unemployable, where you get to choose your own rules, you are your own boss, the income ceiling is literally infinite. You can earn way more, you can earn as much as you want. Sorry, I had to change battery and location. My camera out of battery. But yeah, what I was saying was, for me it all started, this world of content creation and sharing my experience was when I realized I had a wealth of knowledge from copywriting. So I did freelance copywriting for 7 or 8 years, and then after I finished it and started focusing on my mountain biking as an athlete, I put this to one side and forgot all about the knowledge that I had to build this copywriting business. So it dawned on me like 6-12 months after this, like, why am I not sharing this information? Because people were asking me all the time, like, how did you start working online? How did you make money from all this social media stuff? Like, you look like you just travel around and do nothing. I mean, they didn't really know what was going on behind the scenes. I was actually working really hard, but that's what it looked like, the perception from the outside, that I wasn't doing anything but magically being able to afford to do everything. And for me, it was through copywriting. So then I was like, oh, do you know what? I could share all this knowledge of how I did this on a YouTube channel. And I built a YouTube channel, and all I did was share exactly what I did in little short videos like this one. Like nothing too complicated, but just outline the steps clearly to people. How I learned copywriting, how I found clients, how much I charged, how I got even more clients, how I increased my prices. Like everything that went around building this copywriting business, I put on this YouTube channel. And it got to like 2,000-3,000 subscribers. Not even a big channel at all. I don't really post on there too much anymore, because I'm more focused on different things. But my goal was just sharing free information with people on that channel. And then what I did was, for those people who wanted to learn more from me and have more of a handheld approach and more step-by-step guidance, I put together a program that had literally everything inside it, plus like support from me. So somebody could go through the modules in this program and they could get personal help on whatever they were struggling with right then and there, which you couldn't get on a free Facebook video. The free Facebook videos would get people results. Like, you could follow it, and if you had enough accountability for yourself, you could quite easily get results from it. But for some people, they just want that a little bit extra help, which is what that program and community was for. And that was one of the ways that I started building another income stream on the internet. Again, from the outside, it probably looked like this guy wasn't doing anything, but my only goal then was to get people to watch my YouTube videos, because in those YouTube videos, I would tell people I had something more for those people who wanted it, which was, again, in the link in the description below the video. And not every single person would go down there, click it, and check the program out. But there'd be a select number of people who did want to take the next step and did want more help. And over time, that number just builds and builds and builds. And you can imagine, you've got, 1 week you've got 3 YouTube videos on your channel, the next week you've got 6, the next week you've got 9. If you're posting 3 videos a week, for example, you can imagine this growth over time just compounds. Because with YouTube, unlike other platforms like Instagram and TikTok, YouTube is always finding people to watch your videos, which is what I shout from the rooftops about this for anyone looking to get started. They push your videos. They want you to get a 1 million view video. Now, your video might not be capable of getting 1 million views, but it's in YouTube's best interest to get you as many views as possible, because then they can grow their own business, make more money, but also for yourself, you get more of the right people watching your videos, and a select number of those people are going to take you up on whatever next step you have. So that was when I learned the power of YouTube and sharing knowledge. That's why I'm so obsessed with it, because you don't need millions of subscribers, you don't even need thousands of subscribers. You just need a small number of people who are interested in what you have to say and want to learn from you. And I mean, think about this. some of the videos on this channel right now have got like 100 views, maybe less than that, right? Which I'm fine with, because over time, this whole channel will grow and people will check out my back catalogue of videos, which I'm building the foundation for right now. It could be 6 months, it could be 12 months from now. Doesn't matter, as long as I stay in the game for the long run, which is what most people won't do. But if I know I'm going to do that, there's no way I can possibly lose. It's fascinating. And over time, your audience will grow, so will your business, so will your confidence on camera, your skills, everything. And another thing I didn't mention, oh, there's cows doing a poo. That's not what I wanted to mention, but that's what caught my eye. What was I going to mention? I've gone off topic. What I was going to mention was that, yeah, your skills will grow. And even if you get 100 views in a video, just imagine what 100 people in a room would look like in front of you, and you sharing your knowledge with people. That's the power of this. Even if you had 10 people, imagine if every one of these cows here was, and this one stalking me, was a potential client for me. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's like 8 cows here watching me. They were all people. This is the worst analogy ever. There's one here as well. Like, and say 2 of these cows or people, do you want to learn how to do YouTube? Maybe, I'm not sure. Either way, you don't need many people, but you can see where this would go if you started to get views with, 10,000 plus views of the right people, and you have a product or a service that is, I don't know, if you are struggling with pricing what you have to offer right now, maybe start with something super low ticket, like £30 a month, £50 a month, or it could be a one-off thing, £250, $250, or go a little bit higher ticket and offer a package of 4 coaching calls for $1,000 over 90 days or something, or a month. There's people out there, right? And money mindset is such an interesting topic. Maybe I'll do another video on it at some point, because I think a lot of people struggle with it, and that's what holds a lot of people back. Now, going back to what I was saying before about being unemployable, not everybody's destined for this unemployable lifestyle. I mean, it's pretty cool being able to wake up and do what I want to do. And ask anybody who has done something similar and they'll probably tell you the same. But not everybody has the mindset and is the right human to be unemployable or be an entrepreneur. Some people like to be employed, and some people are best to be employed. Some people like to show up, to not have too much responsibility, to do their tasks, to leave at 5 p.m. and then not have to think about work until the next day. If that is for you, then this video probably isn't for you. But if you're still here, I probably guess that you're more interested in building a lifestyle that gives you more freedom, more flexibility, and enables you to live life on your terms. And for me, that's what YouTube has allowed me to do. And all I'm doing is just sharing my knowledge of how I've done that. And it would be rude for me not to include a call to action in this video, which is to join my free YouTube Accelerator group, link in the description, which is where I go in depth on growing and monetizing a YouTube channel. It doesn't have to be on YouTube, so I'm not focusing on making money through AdSense or anything like that. It's more about building a channel, building the right content on that channel, building an audience of people who want to learn from you, the knowledge you have, the skills you have, and building a product or service off that to offer to people. So if that's of interest to you, go and check that out. All the details on the page, along with as a short explainer video. And YouTube also recommends some videos up here next. Super clever. So you should go and check those out next as well.